How's it going, everybody? I am back in Fallout 4 with a final tour of Jamaica Plains. This tour is a little bit different. The footage was not very long of me exploring it because it's only about 3 builds into one video with some decorations you guys haven't seen. So I did a little uh, like intro to the video of each build individually. You saw the exterior, so you can see the settlement kind of grow. And then you can see each build individually from different angles. And then here is the final tour of the settlement. And you can see I added some turrets and stuff up on top of the front of the house on the overhang. And it's pretty defensive settlement. That's something that I stated before, was not too open. They don't have any shops or anything like that. They're kind of just in the middle of a bunch of different enemies, so they kind of have to be a little bit more reserved and closed off from everybody else, and they kind of just survive off of scavenging and stuff. Because I don't have any crops or anything growing here either. I think I was trying to look at different planters that I could place, but I didn't mess with any of those. But yeah, I think that this turned out pretty good for as small as it is. I did a complete walk around the settlement, so you can see I kind of really only worked with the front half of the settlement. The interior of the first floor, right here, you can see not too much of a difference between what it originally started like. I added a small shack here on the right side of the room. It's pretty small. Got a bed up on like a platform, and then a nice little dining area with a shelf that's kind of fallen apart. And I also added a little bit to this area. So back here in the corner, I added just pretty much a bed behind some junk piled up. Just an extra bed in the settlement. There's about 6 or 7 different beds in the settlement altogether, but I don't actually have any settlers here. And then the settlement is gone at this point, so I can't add them. And then we will move inside of the house. It's the same door. That's the only problem. I wish I had a separate door to throw on here, but I didn't feel like actually glitching just a door. I added some minor decorations in here, kind of blocked off that back door, so there was only one entrance into the house. Changed the couch out for something a little scrappier, left the TV and the shelf. And then right here, it's really scrappy in this room, just some couches and beds kind of laying around, and some tables and containers and stuff like that to separate the room. That Nuka-Cola container is from the Nuka-Cola Fanatic Pack, I think, or something like that from the Creation Club. I think it was in a bundle that I bought it. Or I bought the bundle and I got a couple different things, but I'm not sure. Right here, I closed off this gap right here. It also adds for a little area that they can defend themselves from. And then closed off those windows and stuff. Over here, we've got some sandbags and a little bit more to kind of defend themselves from the raiders over that way. And then the feral ghouls in Jamaica Plains. And like I said, I wanted it to be pretty open, so that's why there's the graded walkway. And then right here, you can see I added a door frame onto this house. That's on the second floor. I thought that that was pretty interesting. It makes it look pretty cool in my opinion. I like the way that that turned out a lot. And then we move up to the rooftops. So as you can see, I added some turrets and then kind of some sandbags and stuff to hold them in place so they aren't moving. Center blocks holding them in place so they couldn't fall off or anything like that. And then move up the ramp. You can see it's pretty smooth walking up the ramp. I added a planter right there, so that's about all the food that they produce. There's not meant to be too many people here. And then a good view over the rest of the town, and then also you can see that bridge from this side as well, but I didn't really show that too much. Then we move inside of the house underneath the windmill. Then you can see it's pretty well boarded up and everything. I tried to make it look as scrappy as possible, and it ended up turning out pretty well in my opinion. I think that turned out pretty cool. And then a nice view out over the settlement again. The person can pop shots at some feral ghouls walking around if they wanted. But it's also still pretty open. It's really scrappy. So, yeah, nothing huge. The settlement wasn't meant to be massive or anything like that. It was just meant to be really scrappy and kind of thrown together. And I also wanted it to be pretty open, especially since I've got that hole kind of through the middle of the building. I didn't necessarily try to repair the building to its original state or make it look like built up in that way. But yeah, I really like the way that turned out. Let me know what you guys think of this settlement, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.